is being recorded.
Okay. Yes, screen is visible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now today we start our third unit. It's called project life cycle and risk management and all. So unit 1, unit 2, we have done all portions, right? And we have conduct surprise test. Okay, in this week, any day, tomorrow or day after tomorrow or what. So be prepared for unit 1 and unit 2. Now the project life cycle. What it is project life cycle? I told you like that if one project is completed, then another is started, right? Means same cycle, same projects are continued. PPT is visible or not? Yes. So the project life cycle, it comes phases of project which we have studied in unit 1 and unit 2. What is phases? Phases means group, means a part which depend on each other, right? So phases of project, like first it is initiation, it's come in phase 1. Planning, it's come phase 1. Then implementation, closing, whatever. It depend on project, what kind of project you have started. So for example, in your SIP, right? Simple example is when you finished your exam, then you started your SIP. So initiate on the stage of initiation means phase 1, you don't know about it, so you choose the topic and your objective as per the guideline of your guide and institute. On that basis, you select and your topic and objective. It's initiation project, है ना? Initially you started, then you find your SIP, and when you got SIP, then you started planning, right? Planning means what? How to complete it, right? How to start, how to collect the data, then how to uh, create or how to prepare company profile. Whatever the guidelines we have shared, as per that you studied. Someone says someone's data is very rare, someone's will take some more time. Okay, whatever the 60 days or 30 days or 90 days, 30 days not possible, but 60 to 90 days is possible. So all phases are there. So initially you started, then you started the planning, and whatever the planning and whatever the ideas, whatever the discussion with your guide, as per that you submit their plans, project, whatever. Now implementation. Implementation means what? When you submit your 2-3 chapters regarding only and only of your SIP topic and objectives, whatever the correction, whatever the implementation is going on, right? Who told you? Your guide. Who support you? Your guide. As per your SIP topic and objective. So all things you discuss with them. So in project also same thing happened. Also same thing happened. It's a very practical project, means it's a very practical we have seen. So implementation after that. When you completed your project, that means you finished, you closed your project and submitted. So same thing applying in a big project or small project. Yes, it's a different of duration, long term project or short term project. Now, what is initial phase? Okay, so initial phase means project sponsor is defined. Actually, you know about na ki which kind of project you have to do, what's the ideas, planning, right? If you want to participate in Infosys project, so you have an idea about it, where it was going, right? Then what you want to do, what's your role play for that project, what is your profile for that project, what work you have to do for that project. So lot of ideas, lot of things comes in your mind regarding that. When your profile is set, yes, you are accountant and you are a supervisor, or you, so then you plan as per that. So initial phase we need to start. Simple example, when you as a fresher, when you want to join any corporate, or when you go for interview anywhere, so what are you doing? You just waiting. If your interview is going very good, so you waiting ki when they will call you, then they will call you, right? First round you complete, second round you complete, and after that the finally you selected, but they don't send you offer letter and all. So it's very excited moment, and you just waiting, right? And when you get the offer letter as per the your profile, and you started your work, right? So how you started your work? Whatever the profile, first the training period is started. You collect the information of company, how many employees working there, right? Their departments, their the department heads, you know about the department head, the work of company, the product of company, right? Everything you should know, and after that you will get an idea after 1 year at least, and then you work with passionate or dedicated, whatever the profile you have choose. So same thing applying in project. If as a part of project, and you are a accountant, or you are a manager, or you are a supervisor, or you are a procurement you are working in procurement department, so your role is most important, because daily basis you have to submit your report, whatever the work you have done. So that is the project sponsors and identified, how you identify the project and all. Now scopes and deliverables are defined. Then you, as per the plan, as per the uh, project identified, then you decide ki what is the scope of that particular project, because every project has their objective, their goal, and that's why they decided the short term and long term goal. Now the example of in overall India, the road construction is going on, right? So what is the purpose of that particular project? Yes, anyone? Let me interact. Huh? Don't go sleep कि नहीं मैम ने बोला लॉग इन करो, लॉग इन करके आपने छोड़ दिया. Yes, what is the purpose of road construction? Overall is going on, right? Come on, Shresh, Shivam, tell me. Hello. Okay. So the purpose is to the good transportation. The purpose is good transportation, good road, right? So we reach on time, and whatever the delivery, whatever the things we have completed because of that. And if the road is not good, so we trouble for that traffic jam, right? Some lot of struggle we have find. That's why, but it's a very long time project, and from 2014 to 2023, if we have analysis of all, so we find like that ki yes, there is very going good. So in last week I have shared you the examples when I was went to Pune. Where, that time I have find कि all my family members said me कि no please जल्दी निकलो या ट्रैफिक में फंस जाओगे तो लेट हो जाएगा whatever. But frankly speaking, I have no face any traffic from Chandani highway road na. So Chandani Chowk, so and it clearly means only 3 to 3.5 an hour I'll reach safely without traffic because of the road is going very good, no traffic we have faced. बहुत अच्छे से वो सारा ये किया हुआ है. So that is the time to what remove the struggle. Before 2 3 years ना, that time I have, अगर मुझे बोलते थे कि नहीं मुंबई आओ तो मुझे बहुत से ऐसे, मैं ज्यादातर नाइट में ही ट्रैवलिंग करती हूँ. सो मुझे बहुत ये होता था अरे यार नाइट में जाना है 3 बजेंगे 2 बजेंगे रात के में. सो मैं बहुत ही ज्यादा ये होती थी. बट नाउ इट्स इजी टू रीच एट 11 or 12. Sometimes it's 11:30 and all, right? So it's easy, very easy because of the road constructions or the facility of road is very good, right? And for that, now what it is, it's a budget is approved. Yes, whatever the project, whatever the SIP रहो या कोई भी project रहो, if you have started to work on that particular project, that means what? That means what? The budget is approved. Whatever the budget you have prepared, na, tentative budget. So the budget is approved by government authority or by your industry, industrial ways or by corporate ways. If your budget is approved, then it's going easily. But sometimes budget is decided, yes, 1 crore ka kharcha aayega, 2 crore ka kharcha aayega, but what kind of expenses you have to done for that particular project, and its analysis on the basis of budget, and then you started the project. Now the broad statements are made about risks, approach, timelines. Yes, of course, whatever the budget you have prepared, whatever the statements you required for that, it's very risky. Risk is possible because sometimes we have decided ki yes, it's going on 1 crore, but due to rate of material, due to very sometimes the steel, cement and all, it's very high because market rate पे ये सारी चीजें मिलती है. Labor also is very costly. So everything, if we decide it to, sometime it's going on very high, right? Day shift, night shift, we need to work because the deadline and what deadline is there है ना, to completion the project. So on, and every day we have seen, मतलब मुझे तो आदत ही है project check करने की. So in the लोनावला, the site of लोनावला जहाँ पे ये चल रहा है क्या अपना वो फर्स्ट टोल प्लाजा लगता है ना आरबीआई का. सो थोड़ा सा सामने जाने के बाद आई फाइंड लाइक दैट दैट डे इवन when I was traveling, so the small project are there, they just वर्कड एंड एट नाइट. और ये ज्यादातर नाइट में ही चूज करते हैं बिकॉज ट्रैफिक कम रहता है इसलिए. सो वेरी स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट दे हैव स्टार्टेड 2 or 3 days ऑलमोस्ट. बट 2 or 3 डे का प्रोजेक्ट करने के लिए उनको तो महीनों से प्लान करना किया होगा वॉट एवर. सो ऑल मशीनरीज, think about all machineries, then whatever the material they required, how many manpower they required, everything they just collected, and the day is open to start the work. And within whatever the day they have decided, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, they finished the work. After 3 days, when I went on that way, so work is done. Why it's happened? Because everything is available. and they have planned for 1 month for that particular project. They decided on the time of that day the traffic is not going on, and they have started. So most probably Saturday and Sunday they are not started any kind of work because they know the traffic is very jam, lot of people traveling Mumbai to Pune and whatever they want to go. So that's why they skip that particular day, and whatever the day they have decided, Monday to Friday, they started the work. So they finished it. Means risks, right? They just take risks on that particular day and complete their timeline on that particular project. So small project, but that we have seen that small project. But the budget is very big because all thing they prepared before 1 month, right? Hardly 50,000 का हो सकता है या फिर 10 lakh का हो सकता है. Depend. Now next it is stakeholders are identified. Yes, the stakeholders means the person who invested on that project. So you know how many stakeholders are there and how they invested on that particular project. Now the project manager is assigned. Yes, project manager who is working or who is a head of that particular project. He assigned the people to complete that particular project. So he has right to assign manpower, he has right to assign work, he has right to assign the responsibility, risks and responsibility to people. At end of phase, approved project chapters is the approval to proceed to the planning phase. Yes, as per your planning, you have submitted your reports, okay, approved and submitted your planning and report that particular your management, your head, or those who are responsible whole project. So they submitted their reports. Now planning phase. Am I audible to all of you? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Shreya, okay. So what about other Sangram, Darshan, Rohan, Ishika, Saurav? Am I audible? Laukik, where is Sumit? Sometimes Sumit is there, sometimes you are there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Only 24, मतलब 22 students are there. What about others? Okay, fine. Now, project planning phase. So deliverables are clearly defined. Yes, when you started, when you selected, and when your profile is decided. That means what deliverables are required for that particular project. So based on the deliverables, a work breakdown structure is defined, right, as per the work package. So work breakdown structures means what? Means the cycle, means when the work is break. I told you the examples in second unit like that. Sometimes the error are there. Planning, yeah, we have decided planning. So sometimes errors come. Sometimes we now 2 days is very heavy rain, right? In Nagpur is very big and critical situations because in my town, in my hometown actually, so all water comes on road and it's very difficult. मतलब लोगों के घर में भी पानी चला गया है, and even नागपुर रेलवे स्टेशन, यू नो इट्स अ बिग रेलवे स्टेशन, और वहां पे भी पूरा पानी भर गया है. ठीक है. So it's a very critical situation. If some kind of project or some kind of work is going on, so you need to stop it, because you just wait the clear environment, right? And after that you start the work. Otherwise, whatever the work you have started, it's what, नो वेज, क्योंकि जो भी मटेरियल जो भी आप ये लगा रहे हो वो क्या हो जाएगा, पानी में बह जाएगा. इट्स नॉट वर्क, राइट? सो इट्स कॉल्ड द ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर, वर्क ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर. अभी 2 days, whatever the work of 2 days, it's very what will waste of the time, but it's not depend on you, because it's a natural climate, calamities are there, so you are not responsible for that. Got it? So the work packages are used to develop a schedule. Means you need to again plan for that particular, means within a week. You are not doing any kind of work, means within a week, breakdown structure is going on. Whole week you are not doing work, means total 6 to 7 days, the work is stopped. Now the 1 week is extended, but in your project agreement, that is clear mention in policy, whatever the calamities, whatever the things, whatever the work breakdown structure is going or comes, the period is not extend. You need to work as per guideline, and you have to submit your project on time. That time managers and others people are very worried, because the big risks are there. We thought कि yes, कोई बात नहीं, 8 दिन का वर्क हम एक्स्ट्रा वर्क करके कर लेंगे, but not possible. You know na very well, because of the rainy seasons, machines are spoiled, machines part are spoiled. Your whatever the what cements or material, है ना, you buying for that particular site, but because of the heavy rain, all सब क्या चला गया, lying down, lying on that particular water, चला गया बह के, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, राइट? सो यू नीड टू बाय अगेन. मीन्स अगर आपने लाखों का मटेरियल साइट पे रखा हुआ है, बट ड्यू टू दैट अगर पूरी आ गया, आपने सेव करके रखा, चलो सीमेंट्स ये वो सब सेव करके रखा, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा यही आ गया पानी का, तो आप उससे कुछ नहीं कर सकते, राइट? मीन्स आपका पूरा वेस्ट हो गया, मतलब फिर से उतना मटेरियल ये करना होगा, मतलब प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ गई. गॉट इट ना? जो 10 लाख का, 20 लाख का, 50 लाख का मटेरियल था, आपने बाहर से मशीनरी हायर की थी, उसका रेंट बढ़ जाएगा, बिकॉज पानी की वजह से काम नहीं हुआ, तो वो यू आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल ना. वॉट एवर यू डिसाइडेड, वॉट एवर द एज पर गाइडलाइन है ना, प्रोजेक्ट का जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है उस हिसाब से आपको काम करना है. अब उसका रेंट फिर से बढ़ जाएगा, मीन्स द कॉस्ट जो है प्रोजेक्ट की वो क्या हो जाएगी, बढ़ जाएगी. वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ द वर्क ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर. Got it? So sometimes the things is not in our hand, and all committees just take a meeting regarding that. They again take a loan, they again buy some materials, they again hire machineries, and after, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ा लॉस होता है ना, 10 to 20 लाख का नुकसान एक दिन में होना, नॉट अ जोक. lakh 2 lakh it's managed, but in project, because the deadline is not, so they have just request to government, and sometimes the project is stopped. ऐसे सिचुएशन की वजह से कोई प्रोजेक्ट स्टॉप भी हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि इतना खर्चा करेंगे कहाँ से, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट तो हमें एक्स्ट्रा बढ़ा के देने वाली नहीं है. हाँ, वॉट एवर द, अगर आपका इंश्योरेंस है रिगार्डिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर मटेरियल, वॉट एवर यू बाइंग इन ऑन योर साइट, सो इट सारी चीजें अगर है तो गवर्नमेंट विल सपोर्ट यू, राइट? बट कुछ नहीं है, आपने कुछ निकाल के ही नहीं रखा, कुछ बिल्स ही नहीं बना के रखे, not supported. So they mention 1 or 2 clauses regarding in their project. If some kinds of things is happened, so government will give 50% amount. How much? 50 or 20 or 40% amount. 40% अगर गवर्नमेंट से मिलेगा, तो बाकी का 80% और 60% में कहाँ से लाऊंगा the things? So again they have meeting, they request the government, if government projects are there, if the industrial अगर इंडस्ट्री का प्रोजेक्ट है तो दे फेस अ लॉट ऑफ लॉसेस एंड its impact on employees salary, employees promotion, employees increment and all. Got it? So that is the work breakdown structures when some natural calamities are there, natural things is happened. So we need to think about that way. What happened if the industry or government give permission, then you again start. क्योंकि नुकसान तो सिर्फ कंपनी का नहीं, सबका ही हुआ है, क्योंकि 3 दिन 7 दिन वर्क नहीं होने से लेबर को भी पेमेंट नहीं मिला है. दे वरीड, सो दे जस्ट लेफ्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्क एंड दे जॉइन अनदर वर्क, है ना. सो एवरीथिंग सफोकेटेड and suffered for that particular things. Now, the work packages are used to develop a schedule. Yes, whatever the work package they have decided, phase 1 के लिए 1 lakh का या 10 lakh का, whatever, 20 lakh का, 25 lakh का. So on that basis, they decided, and if your work is completed about only on that particular what time or cost, then happy. Otherwise, if you spend some kind of amount, extra amount, that means you give justification about that and then start another work. Now, plans are made for management of stakeholders. So communication, quality, costs, risks, procurement, resources, including human resources, all things are there. So plans are made for management or stakeholders, whatever the stakeholders, whatever the committees, whatever the people work in that particular work, they have discussed and and prepare plan. Then communication, quality, cost, risk, procurement, resources, including human resources, everything they have discussed about that particular plan. Now, what is implementation, execution and execution phase? So, implementation, yes, sometimes the work breakdown structure is happened or some calamities are there. So, the stakeholders and management just organize a meeting and they execute the next phase if your first phase is completed. So project team is hired and developed. Yes, so they again, because lot of losses, they hired new people, they hired new team, those who have a good experience and all, and because everyone face loss, na? So that's why all people decided to complete the project, and for that particular project they hired new project team and develop that project. Procurement take place. Yes, they have discussed, they have checked what procurement they have done, what material they required, and what things they required to start and execute next project. So project work is underway, and then they start and they decided to complete the project. Excuse me. Now project must be monitored and changes managed. Communication to stakeholders is an important ongoing activity. Yes. So again they start, again they communicate, again they will share the ideas, thoughts, and discuss with the management, stakeholders to complete their project, and the work is going on after work breakdown structures, right? They hired people, they start work, they discuss with each other, and they started again. They monitored, they submit their reports, ideas, thoughts, and all, and they submit they complete the project, and after that they submit. Now the closing phase. What? So the reporting is important. When you complete your project, that means you submit the reports of that particular project, right? Whatever the procurement department submit, all department, right? You need to submit all reports of that particular project. Closing out procurement, final payments, everything, right? The payments of employees, payment of labor, everything you have mentioned, whatever the receipt, whatever the bills, whatever the um, statements, reports, everything you have to submit it, you plan, you prepare the balance sheet of that particular um, loss and expenses, whatever, and then identify lessons learned. And you feel like that, yeah, as a project managers, you learn a lot of things because the project is going on 3 years, and due to some calamities, work breakdown structures happened, and you learn from that, because as a project manager you continue that project and you know how to face it, how to work with the team, what kind of troubles you face. You work day night, you left everything, you didn't go anywhere, because the responsibilities like to complete the task, and that's why you learn a lot, and you have experience of 3 years to complete that particular projects, and all employees and all people they celebrate of that project completion, है ना? Every organization, every industry, they celebrate when the project is completed on time. Got it? So this is the main phase, risks, and project cycle, means project life cycle. So whatever the risks, whatever the calamities, whatever the things are happened, you don't afraid about it. You just take a risk and finished your project on time. Now next PPT will share with you, and that is project risk management. Yes. Now it's a very important when you work in long time projects, right? So jitna bada project utni badi risks, you know. So here we have learned what is risks. Risks means what? The effect of uncertainty of on objectives. Whatever the objectives, whatever the goals you have decided, but some kind of uncertainty we have not fulfilled. Sometimes of trouble, sometimes of things which we have faced, we are not achieve our objectives. So that is risk. So what you do extra risk. You just give some commitment. You don't worry, I will do it. That is risk. Means you know it's not in your hand, but फिर भी आप रिस्क ले रहे हो, commit कर रहे हो कि no no don't worry, I will do it. Got it? So that is called risk. So I know you all people are um, working in SIP, and you faced a lot of what you face lot of trouble for to collect the data. Some company says, you know, we have no data, we'll do, because it's a depend on you how you work with them. अगर आपका अच्छा है, communication अच्छा है, convincing अच्छा है, तो they will give easily. But data collection is not easy. When you are working there, when you are going there, means you just observe what company is, what kind of works are there, how many departments are there, how they communicate each other, how the materials comes, how many times it will reach on site, right? how the bills are prepared, everything you observe and just note down in that means that is exact data you have collected. And whatever the things about last 3 years data, last two, it's easily available on the websites. You don't get any from any kind. And the main things, if you observe that companies work, so आप उससे अंदाज लगा सकते हैं कि लास्ट ईयर में क्या हुआ था, उसके लास्ट वो तो इजीली आपको पता चल जाता है if you communicate with their employee. बट इफ यू डोंट एंड इफ यू डिपेंड कि वो मुझे बोलेंगे तब मैं दूंगा या देने वाले हैं या मिलेगा तो मैं लिखूंगा, नो नो नो, मीन्स यू टोटली डिपेंड ऑन दैट पर्सन दोज हु कमिटेड कि मैं डाटा दूंगा. नो नो, data collection means observation, data collection means communication with people and collect the data from them. Data collection means interview of people, though the questionnaires you need to prepare and on that basis you collect the data. Now if you ask a particular question to the employee कि sir last year में और ये year में क्या difference है, last year you achieve that particular thing, this year what's your objective, so you will get a big data on that only one questions. But the observation and whatever the question you ask, that is important. डाटा मिलेगा मतलब वो आपको ऐसी फाइल लाके नहीं देगा कि ये ले डाटा, डाटा तो बहुत है कंपनी में, एसआईपी का, अकाउंट्स डिपार्टमेंट का है, कैश का है, एवरी डिपार्टमेंट का, वो ऐसे कोई देगा ही नहीं ना. Got it? You need to create it. You just collect on that base. That is your own risk, means you take a risk. है ना? So if you want to complete your project on time, that means you need to take the risk. Yes, sometimes the uncertainty is there. आपको कमिट किया और नहीं आ पाया सामने वाला बंदा, चलो ठीक है, आज ये बंदा नहीं आया तो मैं आज दूसरा कौन सा डाटा करूं, है ना. जो भी बंदा वहां पे बैठा हुआ है उससे क्वेश्चंस करो, उससे ये करो, वेबसाइट्स पे ये करो, so you will get it ना. Right now, typically related to one or 4 areas. Which 4 areas you need to focus for collection of data for the big risks, and that is the strategy. Yes, if your strategy, if your planning is going good, means you achieved 50% objectives because your planning and strategy approved by your management, industry people or government. Now the 50% you need to complete it because everything you have, the project cost, the material, the people, man, everything you have, now you started and finished your project. Change management, yes, sometimes it's happened ना कि कुछ क्लैमिटीज आ गई या कुछ, तो मैनेजमेंट को चेंज करना पड़ता है बिकॉज दे आर नॉट टेक अ गुड डिसीजंस और फास्ट डिसीजन, है ना. समटाइम्स इट्स हैपेंड. सो ऑन दैट बेसिस व्हाट द चेंज, मैनेजमेंट को चेंज करना पड़ता है या मैनेजमेंट को डिसीजन चेंज करना पड़ता है ना. सो दैट इज अ बिग रिस्क कि करना कि नहीं करना यार. वो जो पुराने बॉस थे उन्होंने ऐसा कहा था, वो पुराना प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर था उसका ऐसा था. It's happened even if when you join any project and that time you frustrate or you feel like that, you are you are working under pressure and you are not complete that work, means what management give you a रेड झंडा, राइट, कि बाबा हो गया, तुम रिस्क टेकर नहीं हो, तुम काम नहीं कर सकते, तुम छोड़ दो. मीन्स उनको फिर से नया प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर अपॉइंट करना है, उसे सब फिर से सारी चीजें समझाना है. गॉट इट? सो मैनेजमेंट हैव right to take that kind of decision. Sorry, sometimes management not support. What? Sometimes management not support means what? Management का कहना होता है कि नहीं, मैंने जो बताया वही करो, but it's not fixed on your budget or it's not complete whatever the time they have given. So what you did, you just left it and the losses faced by company. So on that time, management decided to hire new person or you discuss with them. If you understand the problem, then you continue. Otherwise, you left the project. Now operations, that is very most important. Every day new operations or regular operations are going on. So how it is, whatever the, if some production companies are there and the operation is everyday operation में पहला ही है कि भाई 100 प्रोडक्ट निकालना ही है, राइट? इफ अगर नहीं निकल रहा है तो रीजन क्या है, और निकल रहा है तो रीजन क्या है? Got it? If though both the justification you need to do. Operation means you prepare the report. Operation means you observe all site work. Operation means you have handle all teams, all manpower and all work. Operation means whatever the material or whatever the things required or used on that particular project, you just submit the reports कि इतना हुआ, इतना work in progress है, इतना going on है. Everything comes in operations, and the reports of operation you need to submit with management. Now finance, it's a very big risk, है ना? Finance department में काम करना not a joke. So whatever the bills आपके पास आते हैं, so you need to approve it, or management wants to approve it. If management or the finance people are not approve the bill, how you start your next work? Because it's pending, it's delay, नहीं approve नहीं हुआ है अभी तक, sanction नहीं हुआ है. When it will sanction, then you start it again. So finance is very most important, and every day if you submitted the report, yes, because on budget daily basis expenses they have decided कि yes रोज का 10,000 का 50,000 का है, and sometimes it's come big amount you need to spend. So before that you need to take approval of your manager or of your management कि अभी तक तो 10,000 का, अभी हमने ये परचेस कर लिया, मटेरियल रिक्वायरमेंट है or some kind of parts is not working, so for that we need to what change it, उसके लिए चाहिए तो फाइनेंस पीपल आर अप्रूव्ड, और मैनेजमेंट टीम, मैनेजमेंट की जो भी टीम है वो क्या करेगी, अप्रूव करेगी. So the risks can be positive, negative or neutral. Sometimes जो रिक्स है वो कभी पॉजिटिव रह सकती है, कभी निगेटिव हो सकती है और कभी न्यूट्रल भी हो सकती है. Sometimes it depend on your work. Means last 1 month is going on very good, you prove that you are a good project manager, you have completed your things on time, because whatever the budget decided by management, industry people or government, you work only on that basis. But due to some natural calamities, the loss is going high. जो एक महीने में नहीं हुआ था अभी ये महीने में हुआ, तो थोड़ा चिड़चिड़ होगा. समटाइम्स नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन, so that basis the risk is very high. Now some examples of risk is business interruptions, yes, change in business relationship, changing labor market condition, सिस्टम में इशू हो सकता है, टेक्निकल एरर हो सकता है, एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन, इंफॉर्मेशन प्रॉपर नहीं मिल रहा है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिल रहा है, लॉजिस्टिक का इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिल रहा है प्रॉपर, सिक्योरिटी कंडीशंस, यस सिक्योरिटी इज इम्पोर्टेंट व्हेन यू वर्क इन एनी प्रोजेक्ट और एनी वेयर. So security condition is most important. So here first it is a business interruptions. Yes, if you are doing any business or any work in any where work on project, so that time some interruptions are there, some hurdles are there, some troubles are there, some barriers are there, but as a alone, as a project manager, you handle everything. But whatever the big task is there, so that time you just discuss with your team leader or management, and whatever the decisions they give you, you work on that particular way. So changes in business relationship, what is changes? So in that particular project you have a good relation with your employer, with your team member, with your leader, with your whatever the manpower, labors and all. So that relationship is important for you, because you know if I completed that project, next project is going on and again we work with that particular people. So that's why the relationship is very maintained. But sometimes the relationship is changed If you are not proof your work, so your colleagues or your team member have hand over the charge of that particular project. So that time the relationship is very different. But it's a company, it's a work, so it's a happened. No worry about it, and you start again. You begin new work. Now the changing labor market condition, yes. If nowadays if you pay 600 per day or 700 per day labor, but due to overwork or night shifts and all, workers doing some strike, right? So that strike is very big strike, and उस strike में काम करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. So the as per the decision of management and the team members or company or government, whatever, so they have decided to increase the rate of labor. If we don't do it, means we face a lot of problem. The work is not completed on time, whatever. Now the system issue, yes. If you want to submit your report, means you need to system is not properly going on, work is not completed. You remember that when we are going Kranti visit, right? So we have seen a lot of machineries are there, and automatically they work. But if the system is fail and lot of people, means only 1 or 2 people is what operate the machine, right? Because the very expert person are there. So but sometimes the system is not working, system is fail, right? So that is also a risk, because you have no time na. You have 12 hours or 24 hours time, but 24 hours तक अगर वो काम नहीं हो रहा है तो आपका काम क्या हो जाएगा? बढ़ जाएगा. मीन्स आज का काम, कल का काम, परसों का काम, whatever. So that is the system issue. If the error is not solved, technical error की वजह से हो सकता है या कुछ, so the work not completed, the delay of work is going. Now the access to information, sometimes the information is not going good because of the system error is there. मतलब आपको आज का इंफॉर्मेशन या कल का इंफॉर्मेशन मिला ही नहीं, क्यों? तो टेक्निकल एरर की वजह से सिस्टम में प्रॉब्लम हो गया. So some kinds of problems are there, but you faced it and you take a risk to complete it. Means if management says to you, you know, every Saturday or every Friday you submit your report, and what means you submit your report, right? You just what follow the guidelines every time, right? So the whatever the information you received, you just mention in your report and submit it. Security condition, yes. If you as a project manager you work a big project, so security is required, because a lot of material is insides, a lot of people are working is there. So sometimes some calamities or sometimes some things it's happened, fire lag gaya या कुछ और हो गया. So security is important. Some security means वहाँ पे cylinders है ना, जो है वो होनी चाहिए. Some kinds of fire machines and all things is important. So security is very important in your project. Now the qualitative risks are those that can clearly be quantified. Yes, whatever the risks you have taken, means what the clear risks means complete करो उस काम को. ऐसे नहीं कि आधे में छोड़ दिया, आपने रिस्क लिए ना कि मैं इस काम को कंप्लीट करूंगा. That means you need to finish it. That means you need to clear the work on how you need to clear the work, एकदम perfect work, right? Quantity work you need to give, quality work you need to give or submit. Now the qualitative risks are those that cannot easily be clearly quantified. Sometimes it's happened कि आप quality work नहीं दे सकते हो, because अभी जैसे report submit, it's not called like that कि what we say, अगर आपके पास डाटा ही नहीं आया है ना, अदर डिपार्टमेंट नॉट सबमिटेड द सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट नॉट सबमिट देयर रिपोर्ट्स, लॉजिस्टिक डिपार्टमेंट नॉट सबमिट देयर रिपोर्ट्स, so how you submit other reports to your management? Because quality of report is like that, sale कितना हुआ, production कितना हुआ, and work कितना complete हुआ. That is the most important thing you need to report every day or every hour in your manager or your management. But some information is not give you, or some error की वजह से you are not submit the quantitative or qualitative work with your management, right? Sometimes qualitative risks are those that cannot easily be clearly qualified. Yes, so machine error is there, right? So it's not in your hand, because machine experts जब तक आएगा नहीं आप क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क दे ही नहीं सकते. अगर आपने किया भी तो वो क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क नहीं कहलाएगा. Got it? So if you want to do a good work, or if you want to do good risks, अगर रिक्स लेनी भी है तो परफेक्ट रिक्स लेनी चाहिए, जिससे आप जो वर्क है वो कंप्लीट कर सके, फुलफिल कर सके. सो यू शुड ऑलवेज ट्राई टू मेक ऑल क्वालिटेटिव रिक्स क्वांटिटेटिव, एंड इफ पॉसिबल by collecting and analyzing data if you are expert. But don't worry, when you start the work, you just, because it's a practical work, and after 1 or 3 months you have practice how to manage the thing, how to work on it, and on that basis whatever the data you have, you analyze it and you complete your work, because it's a project work. So you know what material you required on a daily basis, what people, what manpower you required on daily basis, everything you discussed, everything you finalize, and you start your work, or you finished your work, right? So here we stop. Today we have started the risk management and their things, the positive or negative impact in the project, right? Anyone want to ask any question regarding that? थोड़ा सा टॉपिक ये है, I told you, but if you work hard, or if you attend lectures only, so on that basis you will get good marks. And in project management also have a problems. In unit 2 we have seen, so problem भी आ सकते हैं 10 mark का और 20 mark का. And what we say, analyze report, analyze भी करना पड़ सकता है आपको, so be prepare about it. Okay, so I hope you understand. Have a good day to all of you. Those who have not submitted their reports, please submit it. Those who have not submitted their chapters, please report it. That day I called a lot of people, but they don't pick up my phone, and now I'm not doing anything else, right? The guideline is clear like that. Those who are not submitted means we are not entertain that person. It's your responsibility, it's your risk, because you are working project. So as a project manager, as a SIP representative, you need to take a risk and submit your reports. Don't give excuse ki data nahi mila, don't give excuse ki ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua. You are fully responsible for that SIP project, because you are not follow the deadlines whatever we have given. Okay, so bye bye, take care, have a great day to all of you.